Hello, viewers. Makgeolli is delicious Korean rice wine, and today we're going to be looking at Makgeolli brewing duration. Let's compare short and long brewing duration. How does this affect the taste? So I'm going to be doing a two-stage Makgeolli recipe, first stage bombok and second stage godubap. Since I've featured this recipe in many of my previous videos, I'm just going to zip right through this, and you can see the quick summary of the recipe at the bottom. As always, I want to ask you, if you like this video, please click that like button, and if you want more people to see this kind of video on YouTube, you can encourage that by clicking that like button. So what I'm doing here is making the same brew in 2 jars, so it should be exactly the same. I'm careful to measure the ingredients and distribute them evenly among the 2 jars, and you can observe, as well as the fermentation continues, that both jars are fermenting the same. So I want to keep everything the same here except the duration of the fermentation. All right, so at this stage, I'll evenly divide the godubap between the 2 jars, and it ferments in the basement, and everything is progressing the same. It's day 7, it's day 8, and on day 8 I'm going to bottle jar A. So this is the short duration jar. Pretty good, 227 grams left over. So here's my thoughts on jar A after letting it settle in the fridge for 5 days. All right, so I'm going to try this out right now. Let's see how it tastes. So this is the early bottled one, bottled pretty much as early as possible. It's a little milder than the very first, than immediately after bottling. Pretty smooth texture, still pretty sharp, and some bitterness in the aftertaste. But that is a characteristic of my Naruk. It does tend to produce quite a bitter product. Plenty of alcohol, creamy texture, a little bit of a milky taste. So I think that's what I wanted. So in a few weeks we'll taste the one that we let brew for longer. So wait for that. Let's get back to jar B. Okay, after separating out, and now the rice is slowly falling to the bottom, I actually have a clear layer on top. And I'm letting this go as long as possible. The jar A was pretty much the minimum time period. And I'm letting jar B ferment until day 24. I'm going to bottle jar B on day 24. So it gets pretty easy to strain. There's only 179 grams of chigimi left over. That's 21% less. That's significant. My initial impressions of jar B immediately after bottling are that it is less harsh. It's definitely sweeter. It has a lot in common with jar A. It's still milky in the middle and a little bitter at the end. But to be fair, need to give jar B time to settle. So this is 4 days after bottling B. Now I'm going to compare A and B. First, going to compare the Chongju, the clear layer on top. Mix it up and compare compare the Wanju. Pro tip here, taste your rice wine with salty snacks. That will help a lot, especially kimchi, since you're going to be drinking this with Korean food. So comparing the appearance, A has some carbonation and B has clearer chongju. A has immediate alcohol smell and a fresh fermented rice taste. And B has thicker texture, slightly darker color, and a sweeter and smoother taste. So to give an overall impression, A has more clarity of flavor but is harsher, and B is more muddled but is sweeter. So it really depends on what you want to get out of it. This was a large difference in brewing duration. In the end, it just depends what you want. Do you want a more clear, harsher flavor or a more muddled, sweeter flavor? It's up to you. Big thanks to Norm for providing detailed tasting feedback. Hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching.